Welcome, chosen ones. Have you ever had someone next to you, smiling, chatting, and acting friendly, but deep down, something feels off? Maybe you can't explain it, but instinctively, your gut tells you there's something dark lurking behind that seemingly innocent expression. It's a feeling we've all experienced at some point, and it's not random. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds to study the human psyche, explored the concept of the shadow, that hidden, darker side of ourselves that we often deny. But it doesn't disappear. It manifests in the way we treat others. Whether it's jealousy, resentment, or envy, these emotions can be buried deep inside, but they will inevitably leak out in subtle ways. And here's the kicker. These signs are so hidden, so subtle, that many of us don't recognize them for what they are until it's too late. The real question is, how can you spot these signs before they wreck your relationships or career? Think about it. How many times have you been at the receiving end of sarcasm disguised as humor? A comment that seems harmless on the surface, yet, for some reason, it leaves you feeling humiliated, belittled, or even deeply uncomfortable. It's the classic move. They say, "I was only joking," or "Don't be so sensitive." But deep inside, it's more than just a joke. It's a hidden attack. These are the kind of people who feel threatened by your success or your presence. Instead of facing their own insecurities, they project their unspoken hostility onto you. It's a defense mechanism. And it's not just about what they say, it's the actions that follow. The advice they give you, those little mistakes they make that slow you down, or even the way they respond to your successes, it's all part of the game. They're not just being absent-minded or forgetful. No, there's something far darker in play here. A subtle sabotage that can ruin your chances of achieving your full potential. Are you paying attention to these signs yet? Now ask yourself, when you share your wins, your good news, what's their reaction? Are they truly happy for you? Or do they immediately shift the spotlight back onto themselves, downplaying your achievement like it was nothing? This is where the real test begins. When someone is secretly harboring resentment, they cannot bear to see you shine because it brings out their own feelings of inadequacy. These people live in a constant state of silent competition, trying to one-up you at every turn, no matter how small the victory. It's a toxic pattern that leaves you feeling drained, isolated, and questioning the true nature of your relationship. They disguise their jealousy as support, offering advice that makes you feel more uncertain, less confident, and dependent on their approval. The control is subtle, but it's there, lurking beneath the surface. And worst of all, it's not just words. Their body language betrays them every time. The forced smile, the uncomfortable silence, the coldness in their eyes. It's all there, hiding in plain sight. How many of these subtle red flags are you missing right now in your life? How often have you ignored that gut feeling, chalking it up to nothing? It's time to wake up and start paying attention to the things that matter most, before it's too late. What if I told you that you've been surrounded by these people your whole life, and you've never seen it? These signs are not something you can afford to ignore, especially if you value your success, happiness, and mental well-being. The body never lies, and those tiny details, the ones you often dismiss, are the most crucial pieces of the puzzle. This is why it's so important to tune into your instincts and recognize the underlying hostility before it chips away at your life. But here's the thing. You can't just wait for these signs to magically appear. You have to actively look for them, understand their language, and protect yourself from people who secretly wish you harm. So, the next time someone close to you seems to be supporting you, but their actions tell a different story, don't just brush it off. Trust your instincts and start asking the hard questions. How often do you feel undermined? How often does their behavior make you feel less than? Your relationships are too valuable to waste on people who secretly hold you back. Are you ready to take control? To start seeing through the facade and recognize who is really there for you? Subscribe now to our channel and join the Telegram group to get more insights on how to protect yourself from toxic relationships, spot hidden hostility, and thrive in your personal and professional life. Don't let these subtle signs of sabotage go unnoticed any longer. It's time to take your life back. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever noticed these signs in someone close to you? How did you handle it? Let's discuss and learn from each other.